Hello, I trust we are good, right? All right. So, you're all welcome to my live stream. I trust our day is going on well. Trust we are doing just well. Over here, you have with you Coach Wisdom Akbar. So, you're welcome to my channel, and if you're just connecting, do well to hit that subscription button and let's get related. Let's get relating. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscription button. Do well to support this channel and let's grow this channel. Let's grow this channel. I'll be right back in a JV. Hi guys. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you've given this live stream a thumbs up. If you're yet to give this live stream a thumbs up, please do so. If you're yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button below. I hope we're good. So if you're just connecting, do well to give this live stream a thumbs up. Do well to give this live stream a thumbs up. Double tap on your screen or the three dots above. Click on it and then you'll see the place to give the live stream a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I hope we're good. Hope our day went well. Let me know in the comment box how's your day going. All right. Yeah, you're welcome to my live stream. Let me know in the comment box how's the day been. How's the day been? I just want to have a little section with us, a little discussion on something general. All right. So, title of our discussion: Don't give an endorsement to that broken leg. All right. That's a figurative expression of not endorsing what you know is not right. So, hit that the screen, double tap it twice, hit that subscription button if you're here to subscribe, and let's go deep into the discussion. So, thank you for having you guys here. Thank you for having me. I still remain Wisdom Akbar, your life coach, your life and business coach. And It's a nice one. It's a privilege being here with you guys. I want to believe that our day have gone well and we're doing just fine, right? So there are a lot of things that would have been remediable, a lot of things that would have been handled quite on time, except that we gave it a lot of tolerance, especially when we know that we weren't going to save it. All right, so we're going to be contemplating on this area, looking at several angles as to this topic. All right, so if you're just connecting, if you're yet to subscribe, do well to click on that subscribe button. All right, and do well to double tap on your screen just to give this live stream a thumbs up. So, what are some of those things? Boundaries, areas where you see a relationship is not going well, and you know that it's not keeping to your principles. Why not back out? Why not call off things? Because the longer you keep at things that you know you cannot save, the more the damages it causes to your emotional health, right? So, our topic today, don't endorse the broken leg. I'm so glad having every one of us here. Trust me, I'm so glad. I'm so glad having every one of us here. All right, so guys, just apologies, please. I need to attend to someone in not more than 5 minute time. Okay, not more than 5 minutes. So 2 minutes at most, I'll be done, and I'll be right back with us. Okay. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, do what to hit on that subscribe button. Do well to give this live stream a thumbs up by double tapping on your screen. Then the three buttons up there for those persons whom their phone is not configured that way, hit on it, and then it will give this live stream a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you so much. I've seen 2 million persons already giving a thumbs. Right. So I'll be with us in not more than 5 minutes. I'll be with us, and then our discussion will actually continue from there. Thank you so much. Please do pardon me. All right. Thank you so much. All right, so sorry, please, so sorry. I'm back. So sorry. I'm so grateful to have every one of us here. So as I said earlier, I still remain your business and your life coach, Wisdom Akaba by name. All right. So connecting with us from Africa, precisely the western part of Africa, precisely the Nigeria, the western part of Nigeria. All right. So happy to have every one of us here. I'm so glad. And if you are glad to be here with me, do well to let me know in the comment box. I believe you can see where to type for those persons who might be new. And for those who might be new to this channel, do what to click that subscribe button. Do what to subscribe to this channel because it's a place where you get exciting content on health, motivational, you get content on religious related content, academic, as well as educational content. All right. So do well to subscribe, do well to turn on all notification bells. There are videos for those that actually love to watch videos and so on. On those areas I've just mentioned, business, you get content as relates with business. Although for business, not sufficient at the moment, hoping that soon as we progress, we have enough content on video. All right. So, but for the meantime, we want to talk about the topic. Yeah, who's that? All right, sorry guys. So, as I was saying, don't give an endorsement to that broken leg. It's simply a figurative representative of someone who has been given high tolerance on things you know does not match with your principle. You know, this thing does not go with your principle, and to the point that it gets to your neck. Most times, not everybody gets to survive this emotional stress. And because of this, a lot of persons find themselves disappointed, they find themselves heartbroken, they find themselves heartbroken. This cut across not just relationship, this cut across not just business, this cause not just business related relationship, not just a love related relationship, not just religious related relationship, as well as communal related relationship. It cuts across every borders of life. All right. You have someone that is close by, you have someone that's close to you, and you see an attitude that does not match with your principle, portraying things that, from conversational wise, making advances, doing things you are not just comfortable with. It's better from the scratch. Let your boundaries be known. Let your boundaries be known, right? Let your boundaries be known. And with this, it will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of stress, right? Because there are most persons who play down on the simplicity of persons. Trust me, there are persons who play down on simplicity of persons because you are that kind of person that is soft-hearted. You're that kind of person that you accommodate people. People tend to play down on those set of persons. I don't know if this resonates with you. Let me know in the comment box if this resonates with you. All right. People play down on persons who are calmer, persons who tolerate a lot, and these persons who tolerate a lot, they tend to bear a lot. They tend to carry on with a lot of burdens. And the truth about it is that your mental health is like an elastic material that has limits of stretch. Okay, it has limits that it can tolerate, just like the principle of elasticity in physics that says that um, an elastic material would return back to its position as long as the elastic limit is not exceeded. All right, but there is a point you will go beyond the elastic limit it does not tear off, and at the same time it doesn't return back to the initial point. And that's what we call the plastic limit, all right? But it gets to the point where you keep tolerating and you can't tolerate again, you break up. That point is called the breaking point, all right? A lot of persons find themselves at this breaking point. And for instance, I have seen cases where even of recent, I've stumbled upon a man who the both of them they got married, and the lady have given birth to five children, like five children, five good children. And one day he just woke up, started going out with another lady. This lady now, not as though the lady does not have children, the lady has children. The lady has children. You asked me what exactly is he looking for. I would have understood better if he was going out with another lady that doesn't have children. All right, I would have understood better. But now he's actually going out with other persons, another lady that has children. What is he looking for? What is he looking for? And trust me, this didn't just start in one day. Possibly the lady had seen some signs from inception that weren't comfortable with her, and she kept tolerating to this point where everything has deteriorated. All right. And today, as we speak, they are no longer together. All right. They are no longer together. Now, I always say for relationship wise that some things that looks like markers, that some things that are markers that tells you that this person would never change towards this thing. That's why a couple of persons, if you want to check, all right, a lady who would talk back at her mother would never respect your mother. Take this from me. A lady who would talk back at her mother would never respect your mother. A guy who will beat his mother will never respect you as the wife. All right? A guy who doesn't have anybody that he fears could never fear you. These are signs, these are red flags that you shouldn't tolerate. They're actually red flags. They are broken legs in character that you shouldn't tolerate. All right? Someone who little misunderstanding, you are either hearing it from the ears of every other person. Little misunderstanding, every other persons have got to hear it. That's character default. That's character flaws that you shouldn't tolerate. That kind of person you can't entrust with your secret. So why go ahead to tolerate that kind of person to entrust him or her with your top secret and you believe he or she will not leak it off? Someone that small thing, he will escalate it, he will blow it off proportion. Why tolerate those kind of persons? All right? Why tolerate? There are certain boundaries that should be created in those kind of relationships. If there must be one, there are certain boundaries that should. So don't tolerate what you know does not resonate well with your principles. Don't tolerate. You have seen someone that is naggy in nature, someone that's naggy in nature. As I always say, that there is a thin line. There's a thin line between someone who is trying to explain something that there is an evidence, and then the person crossing the border to become naggy. There is a thin line. There is a thin line. And when you see someone that's supposed to understand with you, supposed to reason out things with you, things that this person know that please a second, okay, I'll be right back. I'm just here with us. I want to confirm something. All right, I'll be right back. Just stay close, stay close. We have a long discussion. We have a long one, but not so long as you think. All right, let me check something. I'm just here with us. Yeah, thank you so much, Simple Mabel. Thank you so much, Simple Mabel, for connecting. Your presence, indeed, trust me, it means a lot to me. Your presence means a lot to me. So, as I was saying, that you have seen someone that is already naggy in nature, and I was trying to pick out some of those features. All right, if you want to know someone that's naggy in nature, right? that this set of persons, they blow off things. They blow off things, right? Off proportion. They blow off things off proportion. We're not saying that you have to be perfect. We're not saying that you should always be wrong. But there are points where someone's supposed to understand that this thing that is before us, there is just nothing I can do about it. But the person will keep pouring your limitations before you, your flaws before you. The person keep rubbing it at your face. There are times where financially, oh, thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you so much for having you here. God bless you, Vicky. Thank you so much. I wasn't even expecting you this time, trust me. But your presence, yeah, it means a lot to me, right? So we're just discussing, Vicky, on you shouldn't endorse a broken leg, all right? And I'm saying not endorsing a broken leg simply means you shouldn't tolerate, it's a figurative expression for not tolerating limitations that you know doesn't resonate with your principles. All right. I'm just picking a couple of them. I was just citing an example with the aspect of being naggy in nature. All right. Now I'm saying yes, there's the part where someone is totally wrong. That person is wrong and needs to be corrected, all right? And there's a part where you know this person cannot help it. This person can literally not help it. And that's point you need understanding. But rather getting understanding. You are getting the person exploding, blowing off things, blowing these things off proportion, rubbing your limitations at your face. And I'm saying that this set of persons, if you know you can't tolerate that type of person, why even tolerate someone who is naggy going into a longer relationship with this set of person? Especially when you know you can't tolerate it. Why? Why? So many of us tend to believe that adults, you will change an adult. You really can't change an adult. You really would not. That journey is a long one. It's a long one that you may not have the grace enough to finish through. All right. So from beginning, when you see those red flags that doesn't resonate with you, the best advice is to cut them off. Cut them off. Keep the boundary. There are those set of persons who are, let's say for the ladies now, you stay around guys who are touchy in nature. It doesn't resonate with you, and you keep on tolerating and so on. At the end of the day, it looks as though you don't have boundaries. Yeah, it looks as though you don't have boundaries. Let people know you for what you believe. Let people know you for what you believe. Let people know you for what you believe. Don't tolerate what doesn't go well with your principle. Yeah, don't tolerate what doesn't go well with your principle. Make your principle so glaring that from point A, where the person is just coming around you, it's already seeing it that this person may not tolerate this thing. This person may not take this part of my attitude. Who says that? Who says that that person that has that bad attitude can do it to every other person? Who says so? Who says so? So you're seeing it with that child. It's already starting off not knowing when to greet adults. That child, you give him biscuit to collect back that biscuit. It's an issue. The child starts crying. Correct that child on time. Correct that child quite on time. Because when this child gets to know that he can do away with this thing, he will grow up with it. Correct that broken leg on time. Correct that broken leg on time. But you see those character flaws, that child, you have you see him that you is talking some words or demonstrating some action that doesn't look, it looks something, how will I even put it? How will I put it? Exactly, Vicky. You see that this thing is looking like this child is learning something bad, something well advanced. Correct that child quite on time. Correct that child. Make it firm. Make it firm. And the truth about it, just like I saw in an exam, all right, they were trying to differentiate between adults, how adults learn, and children learn more from observation. They learn well from observation. They learn well from observation. So it is better the point you see that child coming up with those attitude, make it clear to that child by your action, by being firm, that you don't tolerate those things. The child may cry. They say don't spare don't spare the rod, and how do they put it? There's how they put that idiom. Spare the rod and spoil the child, and then spare. I think there's how they put it. Spare the rod and then spoil the child. Then there's other angle of it. Now, what that simply means is that that very rod in your hand is to help to correct those character flaws from time when you are seeing it that is coming up. You see a child becomes abusive, a little issue is doing like this, is doing like this, and you are keeping quiet. You are keeping quiet. That child would grow up knowing that abusing someone, that is actually the right thing to do. Yes, exactly. Spare the rod and spoil the child. Exactly. That's the right idiom. Thank you so much, Vicky, for helping out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping out. Fabi, thank you so much for having you here. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for having you here. Sorry, let me check this out in less than 30 seconds, okay? I'm trying to respond to someone. Less than 30 seconds, and I will continue with us, okay? All right. So on the other hand, you kept fish, and before you came back, the child has picked the fish, eaten the fish, or caught a greater part of it and ate the fish. And he smile, children na so dem be, na so dem be. And leave am, e go change. Leave am, e go change. You are endorsing the broken leg. That's what it literally means. Correct that child while on time. Correct that child while on time. Correct that child while on time. Correct that child on time. There is this experience that happened in my community, all right? There was this man was more or less like the strongest man in the community, and he had a wife. Something happened along the way. The wife passed on, and he was left with there about 8 children to take care of. Life became so frustrating for him because his major occupation was fishing. And one of the days, he went to fish, and then he came back. God helping, he had a good catch that very day. And he went to the farm, to the oh, sorry, Twinny, did it fall into the water? Did it fall or it fell on the floor? What happened? Oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. Did it fall into the water or it fell on the floor? So sorry, please. Sorry about that. To be a mother, To be a mother is just well. To be a mother is just well. Sorry, sorry. It's part of the calling. Sorry, sorry. It's just part of the calling. It's well. Don't worry, our children are actually our investment. So when they grow up, when they grow up, it's well. When they grow up, you get more than just food. Sorry, sorry. It's quite painful, especially these days. Things are quite expensive out there. It's sorry. And especially when you start having issues with screen. When you start having issues with screen, that means the phone is already gone. Sorry, sorry, Twinnie. Sorry. This one, how are you going to be doing now? Sorry. Especially now that you need WA so much, how are you going to be doing? If you have PC though, but this one you need to be very strategic so that they don't help you bring it down or take away the screen. Yes, so when they grow up, you have your investment return. Sorry, 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 sorry. So as I was saying about this man, he had caught the fish, he had dried the fish, so he went to the garden to pick up some things. One of the fish, it was dried and wanted to use to prepare food. So the child has eaten one of it almost completely. So when he came back, because of how frustration and everything was to him, he got so sad and angry that he now had to slap the child. Now, the truth, just as I said earlier, he was the strongest person in the community. So he was restrained from beating people. He was not allowed to beat someone with his hand. I don't know how they call that those set of persons, if you have heard about them. People traditionally in my place, they say they have one vein. One vein. That's how they call them. Say they have one vein. So when he laid his hand on the child died instantly, like instantly. And he laid his hand on that child out of frustration because life wasn't very rosy for him. Life was so bad and rough. Life was so bad and rough with him. So this very incident ended this man in the station, from station to prison. Murder, murder, that he killed another person. Now, if if this child didn't portray this action, would we have been talking about prison for this man? Someone that life is already messing up with him. Now, how will life be with other children? How will life now be with other children? That's why when children come up with some of these character flaws, the right thing to do on time is actually to correct them, make it firm. Children, as I say, they learn from observation. The scripture says, train up a child in the way he will go. When he grow up, he will not depart from it. That scripture has always been an eternal truth that has never changed and will not bend in our time. But we keep endorsing some of these things and be like, he will change. He go change. He's just a child. It's just childishness. You're rather making an investment for future corruption. If you see a child is not dressing appropriately, correct on time. Correct on time. Correct on time. Yourself, as an adult, you are growing up, you know you have certain limitations. Yes, we understand with you that people should tolerate you. We understand people shouldn't judge you. But yourself, can you tolerate yourself? Can you tolerate that character flaws of yours? There are certain character that if you go on with them would push people, would push helpers off your path. Why not work on those character? Don't endorse them. Correct those characters whilst they are still yet to cause you a major harm. Correct them. Does it have to do with someone gave you money? Please help me and save this money. I have issues with money. That if money is mad, I can't save it. Please help me and keep it. When I need it, you give it to me. When I need this money, you give it to me. And the person have had hope there that he still has money in your. When he comes back now to get that money, it's now tug of war. That is a major character flaws because people can't trust you. People can't entrust their properties, can't entrust things to your care. It's a You're lying over them. Major people can take you for your word. People can't take you for your word. So this very discussion is calling for we, the viewers, we listening out there, that in the individual level, you're seeing character flaws that won't take you far. Trust me that your attitude determines your altitude. It determines the altitude you will climb. This character will not help you go the length at which your destiny calls for. Why not start working on them? People are complaining of certain part of your character. Everybody cannot be wrong. Everybody. If everybody is complaining on one thing, everybody cannot be wrong. Why not work on that part of your character, that character flaw? Why not work on it? Stop endorsing it. Ah, me here, I be hot-headed person. Me here, I no dey tolerate rubbish. And you know that hot temper of yours is pushing off potential helpers, friends, pushing off people off you. Yeah, that's fine, Vicky. I'll soon be with you. I think when moment it completes 40 minutes from now. I don't know if your cooking might take up to that. I don't want to miss that cooking, Vicky. Yeah, I'll soon be with you too. All right. So you are noticing that this character is already draining you in a different angle. Someone you can't see somebody thing on the table and you see it and pass peacefully and go. And you think that it is nice. It is a character flaw. That's what we call kleptomania. It's a mental health disorder. Kleptomania. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Kleptomania is a mental health disorder where someone cannot see something. That person, even though it is as worst as a dirty undies, the person must pick it. It's as worst as pen, as worst as pen. The person drop here, you will pick it. It's a major character flaw. Why not break out of that slavery? Why not break out of that slavery? Because character. The other day we're talking about some things that promotes favor, right? We're talking about some things that promotes favor. And we're looking at Joseph. Joseph did not become favorable, did not gain that favor out of accident. It wasn't a coincidence. There were a lot Joseph was doing behind the scene. There were a lot. Maybe for the course of this very discussion, maybe let's just pick a few of them. Let's just pick a few of them. We said the other day that Joseph was a very cheerful person, right? He was a very cheerful person. And someone will ask me, how did I know that Joseph was a cheerful person? When the two prisoners, they were downcasted, they were worried because of their dream. Why was it of concern to Joseph? Because he was a cheerful person. You know that the scripture says, with joy shall you draw out of the well of salvation. With joy shall you draw out of the well of salvation. So people flog around smiley faces. People flog around in your business. People will patronize you. If you keep a smiling look, don't allow your condition, the circumstance you're passing around, reflect on your facial look. Because your smiley face attracts favor your direction. So Joseph came to them. Why are you downcasted? What's troubling your soul? What's troubling you? Can we talk about it? What's troubling you? So that's one major character that Joseph had that helped him out. Everybody wants to be around who wants to be around a toxic atmosphere? If you want to be around a toxic atmosphere, let me know in the comment box. Everybody enjoy staying around people that are lively, people that smile a lot, not people that when you come everywhere stiff, everywhere static, stagnant, tight. Is it akagom they call it? No, there's what they call it in Igbo. That's the native dialect for Eastern Nigeria. That's what they call it. All right. So keep that smiley look. That was one of the major things that Joseph had. That kept him outstanding. The next thing, Joseph was a man of integrity. Joseph was a man of integrity. How do I know that Joseph was a man of integrity? The scripture says, yeah, maternally, Vicky, yeah, maternally. All right, so yeah, Machado, thank you so much for having you here. God bless you. Thank you so much. It's fine. Machado, I'll be expecting your chat on Instagram, okay? So we can plan a discussion for this evening. All right, guys, all right, fans. Machado is a very supportive we met on this YouTube street. She has been very supportive, and I know you want to meet her for my fellow YouTubers and those that want to meet up with her content. She has very nice content that you want to also look out. Please do well to connect with her. All right. I've given you the blue. I've made you the moderator. That's the blue jacket. Okay. Do well to connect with other persons. All right. And so I and Machado are planning for a discussion on cultural differences. What you've learned, your traveling, your exposure have brought you through when it as relates with culture and how does it promote every other aspect of life. If our time difference goes well with mine, we might be coming up 7 p.m. this evening. So anticipate, okay? Anticipate a mind-blowing section if our time difference goes well by 7 p.m. this evening. All right. So as I was saying, Joseph was a man of integrity. That's why the one Potiphar committed everything. Potiphar, the scripture said, Potiphar did not even know what was under him. Likewise, the prisoner committed everything to his hand. If you can trust a man, let me tell us this thing. If you can trust a man that you can commit that that is you have reference from people that anything you put in his hand is safe. Anything you put in his hand is safe. Everybody say the same thing. Would you leave your room, your innermost room, for that kind of person and you be scared that something will get missing? Not everybody. Be truthful. Let's be truthful. Let's be frank. It's not everybody we can live in our innermost room and be comfortable going out with them inside. Joseph was a man of integrity. That's why the prisoner, sorry, the head of the prison could keep in his care every other person. So, can people keep things in your hand? Just like I talked about the aspect of finance. Someone that has issue with handling finance came and dropped money with you. Coming back to get that money, you are giving another story. You are giving the person another story. That is a major character flaw. People cannot commit things. And when people cannot commit little things at your care, how will they now entrust you with bigger things? Remember how the scriptures say, if you were not faithful in this little thing, how will you now be faithful in the major things? How would you be faithful in the major things? So Joseph was a man of integrity. No wonder favor could locate him. Yeah, Machado is saying, hi everyone. So Machado is greeting every one of us. Machado is greeting every one of us. Vicky say hi Machado. So Machado is connecting from South Africa. She's connecting from South Africa. So she's greeting every one of us. So we can actually send her our responses. People can exchange pleasantries, connect to each other's um channel. Okay. So my twinnie, please people should connect on my twinnie's channel and drop a message. Drop a message, okay, on the comment box. She'll connect. For now, her phone is a bit faulty. In due time, she'll actually connect with us. That's Favor the midwife. Please do well to connect with her. And one other person I won't like to miss, please connect with Vicky's concept. Connect with Vicky's concept. You need to listen to her speaking, right? You need to listen to her. You need to listen to her speaking. When she speak, wisdom just rains down. I don't know. I think she was the right person that was supposed to bear that name, Wisdom. All right. When she speak, wisdom rains down like wet season. Trust me. So please try to link up with her. All right. You have a lot to learn from her channel, especially as it relates with yesterday. I was even referring persons from another channel to her. When it relates to with kitchen related things, she will break it down for you. She'll carry you through. So there are a lot you want to learn from her channel. Do well to connect with her. Then for my twinnie, when it comes to health related content, trust her. Trust her in that aspect. She's the right plug for you, okay? So you guys can connect, all right? So as I was saying, be a man of integrity. Let people know you that they can see in this life. In this life, know that I know who you don't know. You know who I don't know. That is life. Life is made up of network. That's why for the science students, those days they taught us about food chain, food web, and so on. You see, for those who were science inclined, you could see that chain, how it's related. That is the clear picture of life. You are really not alone. So someone must recommend you. Please, you can type this in your comment box if you are still with me. Someone must recommend you. Someone must recommend you. So don't ever think. Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa is right here with us. Lisa has been very supportive, especially in the recent days, recent time. Lisa has been so much of a major support system. And Lisa is also another, she's not just a support system. She's for those who knows for those who are in the health sector, if you've heard of that word, supporting fibers, all right? Lisa is the whole spinal cord, all right? So if you connect with Lisa, trust me, you get the support as a YouTuber that you need to get. And then she has nice and interesting contents too. Please check her up, okay? Check her up, connect with her. Vicky, Lisa is actually greeting from this end. Please, you guys can connect, all right? Um, Lisa Machado is actually sending forth her pleasantry. She's saying, "Hi, Lisa, please you people should connect, okay?" So, as I was saying, all these little things are supposed to be put into consideration. Someone must recommend you in this life. Someone must recommend you. And unlucky for you, where the person that would have caused your breakthrough, the person you offended, that person that very character flaws could not help you out, that people had issue due to your character flaw, is now the person that is with that your destiny helper. What do you think the person would tell that person? He will give a negative report of you. Remember what the scripture says about Joseph and his brethren. He said that when Reuben and every other person were doing, he will be giving the negative report of his brethren to his father. That is how life look like. You may not know who is watching you. You may not know who is watching you. So work on the aspect of integrity. Joseph was a man of integrity. That's why things were committed to him. No wonder they could commit the entire country to his care. And the king will go and relax because he knows that the person that is committing the country into his care is a trusted person. So be faithful in those little things. The scripture says so. The scripture says so. Don't tolerate, don't endorse the broken leg. Another aspect, Joseph was a man of high tolerance. He endured a load, but was not just a man of tolerance. He was very optimistic. He was very optimistic. How do I know that? A man who has been through the pit, a man who has been through the prison, that man is not new to pains. That man who has been through discrediting from his brethren, hatred from his brethren, hatred from the workplace, which is the Potiphar's house, in the prison. He has been through the pains, those waiting years. How will you tell me that kind of person will see another person in the same condition and will not relate with? That's why Christ can relate with our pains. That's the reason why Christ can relate with our pains. Because he said, the scripture says, in all ways, he is touched by the pains of our infirmity. He's touched in all ramification. He's touched. He's touched because he has passed through and he has known what it means to be humans. That naturally, as human, we have limitation. That's why. That's why that very position he occupied as the high priest is not just a name. It is because he deserved it. He acquired it by passing through what it means to be a human. So Joseph passed through what it means to be in pain. That's why he could rule very well. That's why he was loved by many persons. Because if you check in every countries, the population of the less privileged is higher than the privileged ones. So he was loved by every other person. So tolerance and optimism. Joseph was always optimistic that one day he will leave the palace. No wonder he told the chief buckler, he said, when you leave, when you are reinstated, please remember me. He said, please remember me. So wherever the place you find yourself, don't be that kind of person that throws negative emotions, negative vibes into the atmosphere, into space. Be very people will connect with you when you have positive remarks. When every time they come to you, they have a reason to smile, a reason to hope more, a reason to hold on to, a reason to continue to keep pressing with life. All right. So be like Joseph. Don't be that one that everything that comes out of you is negativism, negativism, negativism. All they will hear from you is just negative remarks, how things are not going well, how things will never go well, how things are just bad with you, how things are just worse. For once, make positive remark. Correct that negative flaws. There are people who may not come around you, who may not be coming around you because they know that once they come around you, before they will leave you, they will start becoming moody. They start seeing the negative part of life. All they see is the negative part of life. Someone say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Someone say, I only need to sit with you for 5 minutes to hear you talk, and I will tell you who you are. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. So when people sit with you for the first time, are privileged to have discussion with you, all they get is negative content, negative remarks. It drives people away from you. It drives people away from you. Correct that character flaws. Don't endorse the broken leg. Don't endorse the broken leg. Don't endorse the broken leg. If all you could see is sitting down to be lazy, when you would have seen the possibility to get engaged with your hands. The scripture says in the book of Proverbs 31 that whatsoever our hands findeth to do, it prospereth. He said, with her hands, she so knit the thread and then put food on the table for her family. She made clothes. She made clothes for her children. She fed her husband with milk. She fed her husband with milk. She covered the nakedness of her family, that the shame of her home is not seen in the street. That has to do with gossip. That has to do with gossip. Gossip is a very, very tolerable broken leg that should be corrected. The persons that don't enjoy that atmosphere, correct that broken leg. Correct the broken leg. Don't endorse the broken leg. All people, the scripture calls it whisperer. All people know about it is that if they want to get the latest information about the other person, they will come to you. How would they trust you with their own secret when they know other person's secret cannot stay in your mouth, cannot stay in your heart? How? Thank you so much, Vicky. She's a beautiful remarks. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. So, people who want to tell you their secret when they know their secret can be secret with you. So that leakage you have up here, that leakage up here should be sewn off. That is a broken leg, should be sewn off. Don't endorse the broken leg. I said earlier, temper. I for a person, I don't thrive more with temperamental kind of persons because a temperamental persons can spoil everything. They can spoil everything. Temper can make you. I have suffered loss from temper. So when I got broken out of it, I never would relate with anybody that's temperamental. You don't think well when you are high up in temper. You don't think well. You don't reason well. You don't mind losing a 20-year relationship that you suffer to build with all your effort. You suffer to build with all your lifetime. You don't mind destroying a contract that took you months to even get it. You don't mind quitting a job that you suffered as an applicant to get it, even on the street. You don't mind doing all those things. Exactly, Vicky. Trust can be earned. It can only be earned, and it takes few seconds to break it off. So you don't mind fighting on the street because of your temper. I have shared this once. I because I have learned by experience what temper can do to someone. And when I learned by experience, I would never from that was my last experience with temper that spoiled everything for me. Spoiled everything for me. That was 20 should be 2015. I learned from that experience. From that day, I killed anything that was temper. Why? Of recent, I had an experience and I smiled over it. I was like, God, if I was to be those days, I don't know how this would have ended. This is what happened. I went to purchase something in an eatery and I was there. I've gotten what, like after I finished everything I was doing, where I was seated, I just dropped my bag to make payment on the counter. So I had my stuffs on the table there, and then more or less not even on the table, I dropped it on the chair I was seated. So I didn't even spend more than 2 minutes. I didn't spend more than 2 minutes. Another person that came around went directly to my seat with my bag and every other thing on it with what I purchased. I purchased an extra food so that I would make use of it later in the day. So the person went and sat on my food, and then when I came back, I was like, please, sir, you're seated on my food. Please, can I just pick it up? He was like, I'm not seated on anything. Yeah, thank you so much, Nan's Kitchen. I'm so grateful for having you here. This seems to be my first time having you here. God bless you. Thank you for checking up. Thank you for checking up. Let me make you a moderator so you can connect with other YouTubers, okay? We have awesome YouTubers that you want to actually connect with. Please, you guys should connect with each other. Please do well to connect with each other, all right? Do well to connect with each other. We need each other to grow. Yeah, we need each other to grow. Trust me, we need each other to grow. So the person sat down on the food. I was like, please, can you help me out and let me pick my food? He was like, I'm not sitting on your food. I said, please, sir, can you just let me pick the food, please? And he wasn't shaking, nothing, nothing. I was just sitting with all my things on that very chair. So I gradually tried to remove my thing from where I was seated. Then the friend that was staying close by was now apologizing, was like, sorry, sir, sorry for that, sorry for that. He was like, why did he have to tell me sorry? Do you know this? He changed it for his friend. He was very angry with his friend. I was like, why should his friend even tell me sorry? And I was like, wow, wow. Me that I've learned by experience. I have seen where someone went to prison for just a single slap, and the person he slapped fell down and died instantly. Instantly. You don't know who is at that point of giving up. He's just moving like empty corpse or a walking corpse, and just turn, say, okay, because you are seated on my stuff, we start exchanging blow. And the next thing, when you kill somebody, the law does not consider what happened. The law will not start from there. The first thing that is on ground is either is felony, or felony if it was a mistake, or murder. Any of them, you must end in prison. Any of them. The only case that your issue will reduce is when it has to do with by defense. If it was defense, the issue will be reduced for you. But felony, manslaughter, murder, it will not go well. So I quiet. Thank you so much. Make money with favor. Thank you so much. Make money with favor is giving us latest, the real content when it has to do with making money. Please, you guys should connect with Make Money with Favor. Please connect with her. She's another beautiful YouTuber, especially when it has to do with making money. Just as her name implies, all right. If you want to make money, Ichoko. Connect with Make Money, all right, and you get all the link, all the references. She has content as relates with making money. Please do well to connect with her. So I picked up my thing after everything. I quietly went. I left. So what came to my mind was like, if it was those days, first of all, so yeah, you never know where life is in someone. Exactly. Especially these days, life is so tight with so many persons. You don't know who is hungry, who is even looking for who to kill them. You just go and before you know, you are carrying another big load for yourself. You don't know. So what happened was that I now thought about it. First, it's even wrong to come and sit on a chair that the person seated there is not even done. It's not done. I've not left the place. He's sitting on my space. And next, he's sitting on my back. He's sitting on my food that I am paying for. So already, it's already spilling off the things I bought. I think of other thing I was like, sometimes our right ends us in troubles that we can't buy. Most time the trouble we find ourselves was because we were trying to claim right. That's why I always say it's not always we should stand on our right. Not always. We should stand on our right. So what brought us here is the aspect of temper, the aspect of tantrum. You must be able to control. A wise man once said that a man who has mastered his emotion and mastered his temper can rule the city. A man who has mastered his temper, master his emotion, and master his temper can rule the city. Because that kind of person, it will be very hard to see that person offended. Experience have taught me and have gotten me to that point. You keep pressing. In fact, the most I will do is to avoid you. But for me to come and exchange word with you, I find my time so precious. I find my time so precious to come and start exchanging words with you. So precious, like so precious. So I will not give you the opportunity to even get to this point. But when you have gotten that privilege to get there, I will not give you that point to come and exchange word with you. So most time, trying to stand at our right have ended us. To correct that issue, that broken leg of temper, correct it, correct it. Not always you should, you should, you should be angry. Sometimes correct your temper. On the other hand, you have issues with trust. Yeah, sure, sure, Vicky. Vicky say, wow, this is wisdom. If you can't control your temper, you can rule nations. Indeed, you can. You can. That's literally what happened with Joseph. Joseph he could control his temper. He could control it. Can we recall when he identified himself with his brethren? How many of us would have tolerated it to that extent? How many of us would have tolerated it? The persons that first they hated you. Secondly, they put you in the pit. What if there was snake in that pit? What if the lion ate you up in that pit? What if one danger happened in that pit? They now sold you to strangers. What if it was people that kills people? Not if there were set of persons that kill people. They sold you off to those set of persons. Now, you never know when you ever return. You never know what will befall you at the end of the day. You never know. You never know. Now, you even got to a point where you even had a little of freedom. And now, in that same house, they now accuse you for sleeping with the wife of a major man, a major officer in that country. You don't know what your fate will look like. At the end of that case, that kind of allegation, you don't know what it will look like. Even when you know you are right, you don't know how it will look like. And then you're now sending to prison that you don't even know if you will come out as a stranger there. You don't know. You suffered all that things. The butler forgot you for 2 years. You don't know. And then you are now in position seeing those persons that offend you. Do you know that most time paying back offense for offense, paying back persons that did wrong to you in by doing them wrong too, that most times it is not the right option. Because that's why the scripture say when people how did the scripture put in the book of Romans? I think it say when someone give you vinegar or something like that, and when someone accuse you and so on, so when they are thirsty, give them water or give them milk. Can we remember what happened with Jael? Jael in the story of Deborah, the story of Deborah was milk. Was say I'm thirsty instead of which I say I'm going to talk about some things people don't know about Delilah. Some things people don't know. People just know negative things about Delilah. There are some positive things that as a lady, which I was talking about, woman power. Woman power. When you know as a lady, this power is supposed, the positive use of woman power is supposed to buy you favor. Although some people play to the extreme and then they use it to get use other persons. They use it to use other persons. But woman power, the real reason why God gave that aspect was for you to get favors, to get favor, not to use it and abuse that very privilege. All right. So there were a lot of beautiful things about that lady. So likewise, the aspect of Jael, the Sisera requested for water. He gave him milk, went beyond milk and gave him food. You see? So the best way most time to pay your enemies may not be to reciprocate the evil action they did to you. Is to allow God. Someone will say, allow karma. Allow karma. For me, I'm not a proponent of karma. For me, I'm not a proponent for karma because I believe in God. Allow life, allow nature. Karma is more or less nature. So allow life, allow nature. Sometimes me, I rather would beg for forgiveness because even Christ set the example by saying, Father, forgive them for they know not what they are doing. The scripture emphasized that. So sometimes it's not good to pay back exactly the same way. Because when you want to pay back, you may even find yourself overdoing that will cost you another issue. It will cost you another issue. So that temperamental aspect of it, work on that character flaws. The next one I was about talking about is trust. 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 Yes, we know that people these days easily break people trust. People break trust. People break trust. The scripture tells us in the book of First Timothy, trust breakers, men shall be liars, men shall be breakers of covenant, men shall be trust breakers, and so on. He mentioned them and finished. You have a lot, but it doesn't mean that it should be keep yourself in that point of insecurity. That's why we're even talking about this very topic. Do not endorse the broken leg. From point one, if you are going already seen that you have symptoms that this person not even he give you the privilege to even trust a bit, don't go. I gave some of those instances. You know that this person is relating with, for instance, if it was the male relating with female, is somehow, don't start. If it is a female relating with male, is somehow, don't start. Exactly. Thank you, Machado, for that. She said everything must be fought in prayer. Indeed, prayer is a major key. It's a major key. It's a major key. It's a major key. Um, Nam's Kitchen, please. My twinnie have visited you. I don't know how she maneuvered it. That's to show you are favored. As her name implies, favor. She have favor have visited your channel, and trust me, any moment from now, your channel will be blowing, it will be booming. Favor have visited your channel. Please do back to return the favor, okay? Do back to return the favor. All right. So, so as I was saying, you have seen that the man has issue, doesn't respect his mom, he doesn't call his mom. Ask him when last he called his mom, he cannot remember. He will not call you. You'll start have issue with calls. You see issues with phone. For me, sef, what I even advise when it comes to relationship, if you have issues, for me, I always advise put phone off relationship. Put phones. Put phones, especially if you have issue with trust. Put phones off relationship. Put phones. Because these phone things, especially my African bread. Thank you so much, Kai. Thank you so much, Rabbi Kai. You welcome to my live stream. You welcome to my live stream. All right. I'm so glad having you here. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So, for me, I always advise do away with this phone. Phone has broken marriages. Phone has caused issue. Phone has helped. The atrocities phone have caused. The atrocities phone have caused. I will always advise do away with phone. But where you are already seeing, if it is better you are either starting openly with the phone, there is nothing to hide. There is nothing to hide. But the best recommendation from my end is always do away with phone in your relationship. Do away with it. So the person is already giving you those issues, insecure, is insecure with his phone around you, trust me, he's going to do the same thing back with you. He's going to do the same thing back with you. He's going to do the same thing back with you. So when you see those character flaws, why, when you know you have trust issues, why proceeding? People don't change in adulthood the way you think. Time doesn't change people. That thing people always say, time changes people. Time doesn't change. Time only reveals. Time is a revealer. It only reveals things. It only reveals things. If you want to know things about people, give them time. Give them time. Give them time. Give them time. Just like I always say, okay, sometimes I wonder why couples would hide their phones from their partner. Yes, they will hide their phone when, oh, sorry, Machado. All right, Machado, there is this secret before we respond to Vicky. There's this secret, all right. When someone visit your channel, give it 24 hours, all right? Give it 24 hours. Don't just connect immediately. Yeah, Nam's Kitchen. Yeah, we'll do so. All right. Thank you so much for visiting. God bless you. Thank you so much. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. I don't know. It looks more like this is my first time of stumbling on you. So subscribe, leave me a comment so that I can use to check your videos. Okay. Leave me a comment in one of my videos so that I can use to connect with you. All right. So when someone connects with you, give it 24 hours. If not, you lost your subscriber. Do well to give it 24 hours, not less than 24 hours. Or minimum is give it not less than 8 hours. 8 hours, not less than 8 hours. Visit the person. If not, if you visit anything less than 8 hours, YouTube will subtract some of your subscriber and then subtract from that same person too. So the best option is to give it minimum of 24 hours. But if you can't wait till then, because some person may even forget, so give it 8 hours at least. Then you can now visit the next person. All right? Yeah, that's how you would do. Exactly. That's how you would do. Now, going back to Vicky's comment, Vicky says sometimes I wonder why couples would hide their phones from their partner. Yeah, they will hide their phone when they have skeleton in the cupboard. All right, when there's skeleton in the cupboard, why won't you hide? Would you want to allow the other person to come and see your skeleton? Do you want to allow? And the interesting thing is that not just unmarried a couple, or how will I put it? Not just unmarried persons have issues with cheating, including the married persons. Including the married persons. I don't talk about this aspect so much, but I have had this encounter a couple of time that I have been asked out by married women. I have gotten to that point on several occasions. So that shows us it's not even the thing of guys alone. It's not an issue with guys alone. It's not an issue with the men alone. Even females, they have these flaws. It's more or less personality related. It's more or less personality related. So, Vicky, when people have skeleton in their cupboard, they will hide their phone. But if you ask me, as couples, I think each other should be free with the phones of each other. And like for persons, fellow YouTubers like me, for fellow YouTubers, to give trust, especially if you are talking about areas like relationship or you are talking about areas like lifestyle and so on, somehow I will advise that you should be very, that's when you should be more open to your partner, because some men may have issues with, what is my wife even discussing? What is she even saying online? What, all those kind of things? Who are the set of persons discussing with her? If there are men that are not even exposed to all these online things, so that that suspicion doesn't come up, doesn't creep in. Sometimes carry your partner alongside, especially when it has to do with issue of complaint with time. You don't have time for other things. Carry your partner along. Try to put them across. There's this relationship coach that we had a section with, was like a conference. She was talking about this. She said that sometimes there are things you just need to spark in relationship, all right? She was like, if your partner doesn't like football and you like football, from time to time be initiating football so that the person would start adjusting gradually. You mustn't impose it, gradually just initiate it. So this thing would help in reducing some of these issues. So say, she said, please guys, watch my videos. Okay, okay. If you have made up mind to become one, why hide phone? Yeah, why hide phone? That's why for me, I always recommend from, is either you do away with the phone completely or allow each other have total control over your phone, right? Say, I will visit you again tomorrow. Yeah, Nnam's kitchen. My twinnie will visit you tomorrow, okay? We are not meant to do it at the same time. Yeah, sure. Thanks, guys. All right. Ma, you too. All right. My husband know my PIN number. Sure. Sure. That's how it should. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. It should either be all inclusive or all exclusive. But for the married couple, I would advise that if I was to be given that position, that each other should have total control over each other phones. Except you have skeleton in the cupboard. Except you have skeleton in the cupboard. Say, and has access to my phone at any time. Sure, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. People say being open is very important. Sure, should be held at the highest esteem, the highest priority. Exactly, that's how it should be. So if you already have issues with distrust, please don't give clues that would cause further complications with the areas of flaws. Sorry, with trust, I meant to say, with trust. So work on it. And you already that have that insecurities, please work on yourself too. It's not everybody that is always wrong. Not every time that others will be wrong. Not always that other persons will be doing what is wrong. Sometimes you have to build yourself emotionally, step up your game, fight that insecurity. It's a broken leg. Insecurities have caused both the married and unmarried a lot of issues. There's this movie, we can check it up, marriage course. Marriage course. There's this issue. All right. Maybe let me talk a bit about it. This have a way to relate to this discussion, right? This movie, as I always say, I don't just watch movies like that. If the movies is not going to be educative, it's not going to help me in any way in life, then I will not watch that movie. I am not that kind of person. I'm very selective with content I absorb, because I always say your mindset is your outlook. What you absorb inside you reflect those movies, those songs, they're actually people's mindset. So as you absorb them, you tend to, in your this outward life here, in this outward life, you find yourself behaving like the movies, the books, and everything you relate with or you consume. So I don't spend my time in shabby or trash. I don't do that. Yeah, I go for content. So this very movie, Marriage Course, there is this man, this lady has issue, this other lady has issue with her husband. She has marriage crisis, and more or less the both partners, they were cheating on each other. The both partners were cheating on each other. So now in the office, this her boss, she always had been eyeing this very man, and she wanted how she could get the least privilege to penetrate this man so that they can actually be having extramarital affairs. But this man wasn't giving him the privilege. Something happened one day that she got the man, they had misunderstanding with the wife at home. So she brought the discussion. Thank you so much, Favor Coops. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much. I believe this should be my first time coming across each other. And I want to please, can you just help me subscribe? Click that subscription button below, subscribe to this channel, and let's see how to relate, let's see how to connect with each other. Subscribe and do well to give this very live stream a thumbs up by that very three buttons above. Or if you are using a laptop, then you need to come out of the comment section and then click the like. Okay, yeah, click on it and then give a thumbs up, and then please Do well to subscribe. Do well to leave a comment. If you are just subscribing, leave a comment so that I can also connect with you. That's Favor Coops, all right? Now I was saying, she, oh, amazing. Twinny, Twinny, stop doing me this now. That was so intense then. All right. Anyway, thank you for still having you connected. Thank you for still having you connected. Thank you for still having you connected. All right. So this lady was always looking for a way to got this privilege. But one day they had, he said, let me see what Vicky wrote first. Yes, you become what you hear and you see often unconscious, you start exhibiting short character. Exactly. Yeah, Vicky, I totally accept with you. So this man, they had misunderstanding with the wife, so he brought it up to the office, which is one advice to couples. It's not everything you should discuss with everyone. It's not everyone that's worth your discussion. Not everyone worth your time. Not everyone worth your conversation. Not everyone. Because some ideas would cause you a lot of issue. Some suggestion will cause a lot of issues. So when he gave this he explained it today because he was more or less downcast that day. So she was like, what's bringing you? So somehow during the line of conversation, he opened up this the misunderstanding I had with my wife. So now use that opportunity to penetrate him. I was like, don't you think your wife is cheating on you? And then was now bringing some kind of clues and so on. Unlucky for him, the wife was having this very thing she pointed. It looks like in the presentation, it looks true as though the wife was actually cheating. But in the real sense, the wife had never cheated on him, never even thought about it, had never thought about it. For instance, her not having some kind of discussion with some men, visiting some places, and then staying sometimes late night in a business trip, or staying longer and things, just those kind of things. So she was attributing it to a cheating wife. The husband now started suspecting because naturally he has this very insecure kind of personality. He started hitting it on his wife. Do you know that this thing resulted to him started beating his wife for the very first time? He started beating his wife. He now aggravated to the point that the marriage scattered, only for him to end up finding out that the wife had never cheated on him. And himself even got to the point that he had an affair with that lady, only to find out that the lady too had an husband and was only using this privilege to act on him and to get to that point that they are now exchanging things together in common. And he shattered his home, left everything broken. So sometimes, if you are insecure, not everybody is worth your discussion. Not everyone is worth your discussion. Keep your family, keep family, family, keep family, family, keep family, family. Sometimes for me, I have this principle when it comes to relationship. I'll tell you, if we have any issue, if you're my partner, we have an issue. I don't like third party. I don't like anything third party. I don't like third party. I don't welcome it in any guise, including when it has to do with my siblings. We will always settle our differences in relationship. There is bound to be misunderstanding. There is bound to be misunderstanding. And the principle with misunderstanding is that we misunderstand ourselves to understand each other better. We misunderstand ourselves to understand each other better. So if you ever thought anyone is an angel, if you ever thought anyone doesn't have a flaw, you are you are already having it wrong. Thank you so much, Nam's Kitchen. Thank you so much. We're already having it wrong. We misunderstand to understand each other better. So we grow. There are things you may never know about your partner, especially for the female folk. As a man, if you ever think you have known all about your wife, you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. As a woman, there are things that will take you years to know about your husband. So you grow with each other, especially where there is age difference between the two couples. Either the man is way mature, advanced than the lady. Exactly. If you can say, then you must settle with someone that have such mindset. Indeed, yeah, sure. So or maybe the man is way advanced age-wise than the lady. You need to bring that in that case, most especially in that case where one partner is way advanced age-wise. You need to bring each other because of the level of exposure. You people will not reason. It will take some years for people to reason at the same level, at the same plane. So you each other will how the two of you, you have to grow. You have to grow together. You have to grow together to that point where you can relate. So you misunderstand yourself to understand each other better. So when there's misunderstanding, the first point of call, the first point of call is not always a third party. It's not. Yeah, thank you so much, Favi. She says it will take time. Indeed, it will take time. It will take time. So you need to bring each other to that point. Not that there is bound to be misunderstanding. There is bound. It is bound to happen. That's why for me, I may never look for the person with the best of character. I will never look for that person. I never look. So because we will have time to shape, to cut our edges. As long as my partner is somebody that is ready to adjust. See, the best thing about people is get someone or build someone who is teachable. If someone is teachable, most of the misunderstanding, because 90% of our misunderstanding comes with communication. It comes with communication. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Favi. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you always. Thank you so much. That's why I always say, that's why I always say that you are the whole spinal cord. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. So you, as long as the person is teachable, as I say, most of the issues people have is beside even marriage relationship, including business relationship is more of common, except where we talk about selfishness, right? There's a place for that, but most of the issues are communication issues. Communication issues. For those who are within Nigeria, okay, you would know that in recent time there was this news, that's the Senate President, God's will. You would know that there is, and that issue mostly came because of social media. So God's will Babio addressed Natasha in a way that, on a normal note, maybe the both of them have understood each other and moved on. But what social media brought out here brought a serious issue that trended for some days. So the man had to come out yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? He came out and apologized. That what he intended to say was that people in the club, while you are speaking, you need to lift up your voice for you to speak. So I wasn't saying that we are not in the club because you are a clubby kind of person, you are a cheap kind of person. I was only saying that people in the club, that when they speak, they need to raise up their voice so that they can speak beyond or above the music. That's what I meant. So that shows us. But what the social media missing, they misinterpreted it. And some of these issues, you see that the issues that has to do with error of interpretation, error of reception. Either is error of reception, error of misinterpretation, or error of perception. How they perceive what you are saying. And you hope you know that communication can be verbal and non-verbal. So favor say both parties must compromise. Indeed, relationships has to do with compromise. All forms of relationship has to do with compromise. Nam's Kitchen say, yeah, I'm really learning a lot from here. Communication is vital indeed. And for a woman, a manner with which you communicate with your husband matters a lot. It matters. It matters. We should know that communication is both verbal and non-verbal. Do you know that there's a way you can say, I am sorry, and somebody would know that that sorry you didn't meant it? Not because you didn't verbalize you are sorry, but because they look at your facial expression, they look at your bodily gestures. You get? So communication can be verbal and non-verbal, can be symbolic. And somebody measured this, a psychologist one measured this. He said, do you know that when we have misunderstanding, we need to shout to hear each other? When we have misunderstanding, we need to shout to hear each other. That's why when you see two people who have misunderstanding, they start shouting at each other, they start even get to the point they get physical. Because the heart is no longer connected. The heart is far apart. So when the heart is far apart, you need to shout. Once the heart is far apart, the ears is also far apart. When the heart is far apart, the ears will be far apart. So you need to shout to hear each other. But once the heart is connected, once the communication was better and there is love, the heart comes closer, the hearing comes closer. And because of that, even with sign, that's why couples can give their couple a sign and they will know that we need each other together in the bedroom. Sorry, I need to get a bit I need to get a bit intimate into this discussion like this, but I think I will need to stay surface just in case persons who are underage stumble upon this very discussion, all right? So that's why couples they get to the point that they can communicate without their children being present because the heart is closer with each other. But once that issues with communication propped in comes in between, the heart will be far apart. And once the heart is far apart, they need to shout. The hearing will be far apart. They need to shout to hear each other. So if this is making sense for you, why not click on that subscribe button to give this live stream a thumbs up. Sorry, to subscribe to this channel. And then do well to give this live stream a thumbs up, all right? Do well to give this live stream a thumbs up. Do well to subscribe if you are yet to do so, so that when relevant content like this comes up, you'll be the first to get in touch, all right? You'll be the first to get in touch. I am so glad having every one of us connecting already to this very live stream. I'm happy for those who are subscribing. God bless us all. God bless us all. Gracias. Gracias. All right, for my Igbo brethren, Daluo, Daluo. For my thief brethren, Nsu, Nsu. For my um Akwa Ibomites and the Crossivarian, Sosongo, Sosongo. For my Yoruba people, Esheo. And then for my Hausa people, Nagode, Nagode, Nagode. All right. I wish to have gone to um Greek. I would have used Greek right now, but we don't. The person that was supposed to teach me Greek did not do a good work. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for those that are subscribing. Thank you for so much that's giving this live stream a thumbs up. So please, let's learn to treat the broken leg. All right. And then there's this set of persons that tolerate a lot. I once said, thank you, Vicky. I was thinking of stopping. Maybe I will stop so that I don't look like talkative before my twinny. All right, I'll look for a way to stop. Right, I'll look for a way to stop. All right. So I say that sometimes we need to air out our mind and be understood. All right. You need to air out our mind and be understood. There are some things that should be tolerated, and there are some things that shouldn't be. Twinny, are you sure? So there are some things that should be tolerated and there are some things that shouldn't be. So when you see the things that shouldn't be tolerated, cut it off on time. That's why this discussion comes up. Do not endorse the broken leg. So the broken leg is a figurative expression of flaws. Yeah. Vicky, me that want to be like you when I grow young. I actually want to be like Vicky when I grow young. Trust me, right? I said it earlier. When you go to Vicky's channel, please, fans, please, everyone, especially those that will be listening to this live stream, the rebroadcast, okay? When you go to Vicky's live stream, get your bucket because you are ready to get not just soaked, but you are going to get saturated with a lot of wisdom on a channel. Trust me. I am saying this. I can beat my two chests. I can beat my heart. I can vouch for this. You are going to get drained. And if you do not get with sufficient buckets to pick up enough wisdom, you'll be flooded away. You'll be carried away with the flood of wisdom. Because at a channel, ancient wisdom, because this wisdom cannot just come from. It can only come from above. So ancient wisdom will be dripping. It will be dripping. Yes, yes, it will be dripping from her channel, right? So I want to be like Vicky when I grow young. Trust me. All right. So as I was saying, do not tolerate the broken leg. The broken leg here is character flaws. It cuts across all aspects of life: children, relationship, your business life, every aspect of life. When you see things are not going well the way they ought to, call it on time. Call for an emergency meeting to fix that thing on time. That aspect that doesn't match well with your principle, your belief, call it on time. Address it on time. Don't tolerate. Don't tolerate. Don't tolerate. Because trying to tolerate would end you getting disappointed at the end of the day. It will get you disappointed. It will get you disappointed because there are people that may never change. Do you know that there are people that find it joy to see other persons unhappy? There are people that find pleasure in seeing other persons not smiling. There are persons that find it pleasurable seeing other persons crying. There are persons that they want to see you that you are not smiling. There are persons that find pleasure in those kind of things. So, what are we saying in essence? Draw the map. Be known for your boundaries. Be known for your boundaries. Call it off when you need to. So, having said all this, if you have questions, hit me on the comment box. If you have suggestions, if you have a word for someone out there, hit it on the comment box. Let someone take a word of advice out there. Let someone go home with a nice suggestion. Let me know how you feel at the end of this discussion because we want to call it off just any moment from now. But before we do so, if you yet to connect to this very channel by subscribing, please do well to hit on that subscribe button and then do well to also check out relevant videos on this very channel as relate with health, as relate with business, as relate with motivationals, as relate with academic or educational, as relate with religious related content. This is the right channel for you. Along this very line of discussion, we have very awesome YouTubers that connected. We had with us Vicky's concept, and she has been up to this very moment connected to this discussion. I have said, you want ancient wisdom. As her name implies, Victoria. You want to be victorious with ancient wisdom. Get it. Just visit our channel. Go and learn victorious in life affairs through victorious wisdom. All right? You learn a lot ranging from kitchen lifestyles. You get a lot of content in that line. Yeah, she'll take you through the basics, the rudiments of having sumptuous food, of having nice chored and prepared foods, of having food cross intercontinental dishes, in fact. All right. You want to get things that relate to lifestyle, you want to get things that relate with health. Visit Favor the Midwife. She's your nice plug. She's a nice plug. She's going to give you fresh, as it is just taken off the farm. She will deliver it to you fresh, unfiltered truth as relates with health. Get connected with Favor the Midwife. All right. We had other persons that connected. We had other nice channel. We have Machado's lifestyles, kitchen, later other things you could connect with. I have like Lisa with us. We have in fact, there were so many awesome persons that connected, VIPs, like VIPs. I'm even surprised that my channel didn't crash for con for having this awesome person visit. Oh God, and I wasn't even prepared because I would have had enough of honorarium to give to them. What Nam's Kitchen with us earlier. Please, guys, connect with them. Connect with them. We have Favor the Midwife. Sorry, Favor, make money with Favor. I told us, as her name implies, when it has to do with making money. In fact, at recent, she has stepped her game so much that I'm even trying so hard to catch with making money, right? So please connect with her. You learn how to make money. Then we have, who again have I not talked about? We have a lot of them. We had yeah. I've talked about Machado. Yeah, we had a lot of celebrities that connected to this live stream. So please do well to connect with them, okay? For interesting content. So Vicky said, thanks for sharing the thank you for the privilege. Bacchus, it's nice having you here. Okay, Bacchus, I would have had it in Spanish, but we had a lot of English speaking persons connected to the live stream. So we made it strictly English. So thank you so much for connecting, Bacchus. And we were discussing on do not endorse the broken leg. All right. And we say that it's a figurative expression for not endorsing flaws that you cannot tolerate. All right. So we have come to the tail end of this discussion. We're asking for, all right. Um, Bascots, I think this topic is a bit controversial, and I don't want to get it into that point where persons that have these orientations will meet me on the street. They'll meet me on the street and say, "Oh, you were that person, right?" So I think we can have another discussion for this, but having it on this will cost us a lot of issues. All right, so yeah, it's a controversial area to dive into, right? We're not endorsing it, but we're saying that it's a controversial area to get into. So please let me know how you feel about this discussion we have had. Let me know what you have learned, what's your take home, and what do you want to recommend to someone out there. Please let me know in the comment box. In overall, Barcos, I'm so happy having you here, as well as every other non-YouTubers that were here. What a couple of them that were here from the beginning. What Simple Mebo, she was here with us. We had a lot of non-YouTubers that were here with us. It's indeed an awesome privilege. Who am I to have awesome persons like you people? Huh? Who am I to have you people here? Trust me, as I always say, if I was emotional by this time, I would have been tearing. I would have been crying. Who am I? Who am I to deserve this favor? Who am I? But I'm not emotional kind of person, right? So I will only say thank you so much. So in the absent, I want to believe in the absent of further comment. All right. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you so much. It's always a privilege, right? It's always a privilege. It's always a privilege, right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having all of us connected up to this time. It indeed has been a long one. Hoping to connect with Machado by 7 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. GMT plus one. That is same today on our beautiful discussion about varieties in cultures, the cultural differences, intercontinental, as much as we can explore. So do well to check back everyone that were connected. I will be glad to host all of us. God bless us all. For now, goodbye. Enjoy your day. Vicky, goodbye. Twinny, thank you so much. Goodbye. Batkos, goodbye. Take care. Not goodbye, but I'd rather say later to every one of us. Catch up with us, all right? Do enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you.